Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Jury verdict is in for a local man on trial for murder at a laundromat. Also tonight, the governor talks money for funding and agreements made in political union. And the CNMI hosts a summit to plan for a more prepared Pacific. In sports, over 600 runners are in and some are all dressed up for the occasion. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hafade Zantero. On behalf of the Northern Marianas Humanities Council, you're invited to join us for your Humanities Half Hour, Thursdays at 7 p.m. here on KSPN2. We take a look at the humanities issues of interest to you and our community. Join us as we navigate the human experience together on your Humanities Half Hour, Thursdays, and replayed on Saturdays at 7 p.m. and on YouTube at 670 Humanities.
Try double filet sandwich for double the flavor. Just in time for Lent for a limited time. Served all day.
Hafade Tirawami and good evening, Commonwealth. You're watching the Channel 2 News on March 10th from our studio on Capitol Hill. Jury finds a local man not guilty on a murder charge but guilty of aggravated assault and battery in a laundromat fight that ended with a man dead.
Any statements, Mr. Tagovailoa?
The jury came back with their decision this morning after listening to closing arguments on Friday. 48-year-old Calvin Tagovailoa was found not guilty on the most serious charge of murder after being involved in an altercation with a man at Cole Laundry in Cagman. The jury did find Tagovailoa guilty for aggravated assault and battery. The incident happened early in the morning of January 6, 2024. Patrons and security guard at Cole Laundry in Cagman were trying to get an apparently intoxicated Larkacian to leave the premises when the guard asked Calvin Tagovailoa, a building resident, for his help. Video surveillance footage shows a swipe in the direction of Tagovailoa from the victim, which was then followed by a punch from Tagovailoa. The punch knocked Cacian to the ground, with his head hitting the concrete. The incident was not reported until hours later. Officers responded to the scene and found the victim, Larkacian, lying down outside the entrance. Officers said he was unresponsive and was transported to CHCC. He died 6 days later. Tagabuel told police that he had fought with Kasian after being asked for help by an on-site security guard and then deposited him in the stairway. Chief Prosecutor Chester Hines says the jury stood with them for almost 4 weeks and he thanks them for their service.
I think it's a just verdict. The jury deliberated. I think they gave the evidence a good review. The victim in this case, Larcasian, he was somebody who, we talked a lot about during the trial. Somebody who, drank a lot supposedly and, was drunk on that night. But I think the reason why we took this case to trial is because nobody should be treated the way he was treated. He was, not only was he punched and injured, but nobody gave him aid until 7 hours later. This community cannot be okay with that, and I'm glad that the jury came back the way they did, because it's important that we send a message that people cannot be treated like trash.
Maximum sentence for aggravated assault is 10 years. Sentencing is scheduled for June 18.
Third-party custodian is denied for a local woman in court for robbery and assault.
36-year-old Jolani Tenorio appeared before Judge Joseph Camacho in Superior Court requesting bail modification consideration for multiple charges including robbery, assault, and disturbing the peace. In one case, a victim is reported to have bitten on the hands during an attempted phone theft and purse snatching. Police say that Tenorio was seen on surveillance footage from 2 separate establishments committing the assault. In a separate case, police say Tenorio threatened 2 victims with a knife. Today, prosecution argues Tenorio is a hazard to the community and violated bail conditions. Bail modification for a third-party custodian was denied. Tenorio is remanded into DOC custody. Status conference set for April 16.
Political union with the United States of America came with agreements listed in the covenant. Our leader questions over 2 decades of unchanged appropriations and its allocations.
During engagements with senior officials from President Trump's administration and National Governors Association in our nation's capital, one of the asks Governor Arnold Palacios brought up on behalf of the CNMI was the continuation of 902 talks, specifically Article 7 of the CNMI covenant that highlights United States financial assistance.
That's part of our covenant. That's part of what this Commonwealth is. And that's what the people of the Commonwealth bargained or voted for. And with certain provisions, really key provisions and elements and part of that agreement have been ignored for almost 22 years. And we need to get back to that real fundamental issue of our covenants.
Palacios says 702 funding should be negotiated every 7 years and that the annual $27 million funding is currently being divvied up to other jurisdictions.
In addition to the change that divvied up the 702 monies, another major change that occurred was the elimination of the inflationary adjustment. So that 27 million in current dollars is approximately 60 million.
$27 million adjusted through time is said to be calculated $62 million today. More on 902 talks and Article 7 of the covenant to follow.
Coming up, Palau, RMI, FSM, Guam, and American Samoa are in for emergency response training. And cadets receive a shiny badge as they complete their training to become law enforcement officers. More news is next.
At Mariana's Beach Resort, Come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running. Welcome back! You're watching the Monday night edition of the Channel 2 News. New law enforcement officers take on the stage, a celebration for their dedication and commitment to the CNMI.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Department of Corrections 10th Cycle Corrections Officers.
On February 28, the Department of Corrections held a ceremony at Crown Plaza for 17 cadets that graduated from the 10th Cycle Corrections Academy. Proud family members witnessed cadets turn into officers and pin badges on their uniform. Valedictorian and Top Gun awardee Cleon Regis Potu says the transformation is evident from start to finish.
As always, an academy would start as a bunch of rowdy kids who don't really know much. Well, there are some people, I would say, that are disciplined, and some people who need the better help. But regardless, we still learn. We still come as one. We still learn to be better. We still learn to have each other's backs, learn to do the right thing, do everything that we need to do, and follow our duties.
Potu says the sacrifices he's made has played a big role in his success.
My experience in this DLC Academy has been rather pressuring, I would say. It was definitely a pressure on my schedule, on my time, on swaying away from home, doing whatever I need to do within the academy, focusing mainly for this whole month on the academy. And it's definitely been a journey for me.
Guidon Officer Lance Sablon says being in charge of the flag comes with great responsibility.
The wielding of the guidon, or as you know, holding the guidon throughout the cycle, you are first in formation, you are a role model. You should never let the flag touch the ground because it's a disrespect. But being the guidon throughout 10th cycle, I felt like I had to do more, I had to be more than who I was without the guidon. Because the guidon means a lot to all of us, and especially the DIs.
Sablon emphasizes how the academy allowed him and his fellow officers build a genuine camaraderie that they'll carry on.
Some of us, we've known each other since high school, since we were young, but getting together in DOC's academy, the first few weeks was a little bit hard. It was hard. We were making mistakes left and right. We learned to fix it by the end of the week. We all started getting along at the end of the week because we knew that we're going to be family. We're going to be family one day, and today's the day that we became a family. Being a correctional officer takes a lot, honestly. It takes a lot out of you, and it takes a lot from your family as well, because they're your number one supporter. But it shouldn't only be them, it should be the faith you have in God, because God will guide you, and your family will also guide you.
DOC Commissioner Anthony Torres speaks highly of the 10th Cycle officers and his involvement during the process.
This cohort, or this group of cadets, have done amazing. We started with about 21, and then we went down to 17, and the 17 that stuck it through, they've. I mean, the core values of respect, integrity, teamwork, and accountability was deeply ingrained in there, and the fact that I made it a priority to go in and teach them a few classes and check in on them as much as I could, regardless of how busy my schedule was. It was a priority because like I said in the past, leadership is a privilege.
Torres expresses his appreciation and looks forward to the future.
I want to thank the families. I'm super proud of the cadets. I'm super proud of, they're officers. So this is the beginning of their journey, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the agency. I'm excited for so many great things that we're going to do that nobody ever thought was possible. And I'm just super proud of them and glad to be here.
A week-long workshop to be prepared for disaster and emergencies brought in 5 Pacific Island jurisdictions. Let's take a look.
The 2025 Figu Pacifico Pacific Island Preparedness and Emergency Response, or PIPER Summit, was held at the Kensington Hotel the last 5 days of February. PIPER is a biannual event to gather regional and federal preparedness partners to reaffirm strategies, relationships, and commitments for a more prepared Pacific.
From incident command system standards to navigating medical countermeasure in the event of emergency, and what are the supply chains, what are the resources beyond the islands. So these are the topic of discussions. Surveillance is a big topic. Succession is also a big topic, considering the time and what's evolving around us.
This is the 3rd time the CNMI is hosting the PIPER Summit. The last time the CNMI hosted was 15 years ago. Participants are from the Pacific Islands jurisdiction: Palau, RMI, FSM, Guam, American Samoa, and CNMI.
Something that I've learned here at the PIPER Summit is basically I got a glimpse of what it's like with other agencies around the Pacific, and all their, their protocols, their somewhat a glimpse of their facilities, and basically their whole, their idea of their operations.
My takeaway is that during the COVID-19, it is really essential that everyone is prepared, because they were able to respond accordingly to the preparedness that they've done in the before and even after the COVID-19. So if ever there will be emerging diseases, the USAPI will know what to do.
I learned all the different agencies that come together. We learned how to collaborate to prepare emergencies and share ideas, how to share with the firefighters and the EMS to create a preparedness plan.
Numerous local stakeholders were involved, as well as presenters from the mainland who demonstrated emergency preparedness trainings through information and interactive activities, both virtually and in person.
The summit is an excellent opportunity because it brings in all 6 jurisdictions from the Pacific and allows us to not only provide some feedback on, preparing for a radiological or nuclear incident, but then also to get feedback from the jurisdictions on how we can better tailor some of our training.
As Kurt said, his primary mission is to ensure that we are as best prepared for radiological and nuclear emergencies, but we're also providing lots of other types of training as well that not only apply towards response to radiological and nuclear, but can apply across various different types of responses like chemical or biological or mass casualty incidents and things of that nature. So we're trying to take as much as we've worked on and put together with Kurt and demonstrate how it can apply to other types of responses.
Say my takeaway is just the collaboration and networking here. They did a lot of pre-work on that assessment, and the turnaround and turnout was really great, and so we were able to do great results for them because we had such wonderful participation and people very interested in moving the needle forward on response to many different hazards. So yeah, it's been great.
The next PIPER Summit will be held in Ponape in 2027.
Coming up in sports, lace your sneakers up. A marathon with a blast from the past is underway. Stay tuned.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
A new international brand is coming soon, but why wait? Escape to paradise today at Mariana's Beach Resort on Saipan. For just $99 for two, enjoy an ocean view room with stunning views of the crystal clear waters. Relax by the swimming pools, dip your toes in the sand, and unwind with exclusive offers on breakfast and happy hour. Whether you're here for romance or relaxation, Mariana's Beach Resort is the perfect getaway. Special rates are for CNMI and Guam residents. Some restrictions apply, but not many. Call 670-234-1234 and book your escape today.
Premium office space available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Upgrade your work-life balance and enjoy a distinctive blend of location and nature with open spaces and ocean views. It's the perfect place for creative professionals who want real results. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Dreams since like baby, I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings used to be so stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights, I'ma need the off-whites. Play with the fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got desires that keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth, where's your worth?
The king is back like prodigal. I've been gone, I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm the headline, the deadline. Big time. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. Big time. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! Visitors from all over the world flew in just to be able to say they ran the Saipan Marathon. On your mark, get set, go!
Welcome to the 2025 Saipan Marathon. 17 countries, more than 600 runners here. Good luck today, guys. Phew!
The 2025 Skechers Saipan Marathon is in the books. MVA says they had runners registered from places like Finland, Saudi Arabia, Switzerland, Italy, and Poland. Several runners participated in wacky categories like shortest shorts.
So I'm here to defend my title. Good luck, everybody.
A couple of runners showed off their feathery, customized, souped-up shoes. And some runners even wore full bodysuits. This prehistoric reptile said he would have completed the race the way he started if his fan didn't go out, but he ended up crossing the finish line as a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It's my family. It's my kids, Kota, and baby Dio. It's this 3 months.
Despite his suit not making it, Naoki Shinozuka is proud to be able to bring his family from Japan and be a part of the race.
It's good. The sun, hot. Inside hot, very hot.
Although temperatures can rise in a full bodysuit, the Saipan heat can be a challenge for all runners. Yuya Kaneko says it was challenging to adjust to.
It was great. I enjoyed a lot, but it was too hot. So yeah, I practiced in Japan, and Japan it is winter, so yeah, much different.
The difference in weather between here and other countries is definitely a big safety concern. Emergency medical teams on standby were prompt in caring for those with heat exhaustion, muscle cramps, and more. Many runners are serious about the trails they blaze and places they travel to. From Poland, Wojciech Kopek has been running for 23 years.
I started traveling in December, like the 4th of December. So I went to Hong Kong, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, India, Pakistan, Oman, and after that I went to Kenya for the running camp. I went to Saudi Arabia for marathon, and after that I went to again India, Bhutan, and Saipan, and South Korea too. Yes. Thank you. Yes, it was a long journey, but I'm happy to be here.
MVA's marketing efforts to bring in Korea's celebrities to promote running in the CNMI has Yui and Sean Rowe in for the races. Sean Rowe has used his running career to make a difference.
I ran to build the first Korean rehabilitation hospital for children. I raised about $40 million, and then I just raised another little over $20 million to raise the first, build the first Lou Gehrig hospital in Korea. And goal for this year, 2025, is to run the 7 major marathon. So I'll be going to Boston next month and London, and then Sydney, Berlin, Chicago, New York. I'll be traveling all over the world.
The Saipan Marathon ends with a festival with good eats and some performances. We even see a nostalgic friend make a special appearance.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, partly cloudy, northeast winds 16 to 20 miles per hour, with gusts as high as 25 miles per hour, lows around 74. Tomorrow morning, mostly sunny, northeast winds 22 to 28 miles per hour, with gusts as high as 34 miles per hour, highs around 85. Isolated showers through the night and day. Tonight, low tide at 11:53 p.m. Tuesday morning, high tide at 7:02 a.m., followed by a dip in tide at 12:29 p.m. The sun is set at 6:26 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow morning at 6:28 a.m.
That's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI. Have a good evening.